What Lee has had the greatest success throughout history? History is written by the victors. Whilst mundanely true, it is undeniably false in abstract, illegitimate means, and truth will always come to light. These mighty victors set themselves up for a failure that only they could prevent, if they just didn't lie, or win through scandalous means. But they've usually oppressed and killed all that could warn them of this once the time for recording history comes around. Religion has actually convinced people that there's an invisible man living in the sky who watches everything you do, every minute of every day. And the invisible man has a special list of 10 things he does not want you to do, has a special place, full of fire and smoke and burning and torture and anguish, where he will send you to live and suffer and burn and choke and scream and cry forever and ever till the end of time. But he loves you, the Prophet Carlin. That the biggest problem for low and middle income owners is not their shitty incomes, but taxes, including theoretical tax rates that they are nowhere near rich enough to pay. Maybe Mark Twain that said, paraphrased, every poor American is just a temporarily embarrassed millionaire. My dad will always choose to believe the statement of a rich billionaire over the actual reality that I'm experiencing. This country's horniness and civility for the rich knows no bounds. Scotsman Alan McMaster's supposedly inventing the toaster. In actuality, he had nothing to do with it. And if my memory serves me correctly, the whole thing was a joke created by his uni friend. I gave a lesson on Scottish inventors. We're Scottish. If that wasn't self-explanatory, and on the pre-made by trusted source PowerPoint, Alan McMasters was featured as the inventor of the toaster. The divine right of kings. Power through church and state, based on belief. The belief base of any monotheistic religion is the lie that the church is the only pathway to God, and that the king is a direct descendant and rules by divine right. What a load of fucking bullshit. Donald crying about fraud in the elections before the elections even happened. The clown was screaming in 2015 if he didn't win, it was rigged. How the Electoral College is a scam, but yet he wins by it. The clown screamed if he didn't win in 2019 it was rigged. If you can convince the lowest white man he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice you're picking his pocket. Hell, give him somebody to look down on, and he'll empty his pockets for you. Lyndon B. Johnson, aka the Southern Strategy in America. The Earth is flat belief that persisted for centuries and was widely accepted until scientific evidence demonstrated otherwise. The idea of a flat Earth was deeply ingrained in many cultures and societies, impacting exploration and scientific progress. My best friend has consistently, without fail, gotten away with missing nearly every major educational deadline in his life by saying his aunt passed away. At this point, she's immortal because she's had to have died at least a dozen times by now. The deception of men's pockets. Women design them to pour out their contents whenever men sit down, so that they can later take your pocket change and find secret notes to girlfriends. Just waiting for the same. Boring the government and religion. I come up every time this question is asked. It's like a weird feedback loop as an echo chamber for this site. Dairy industries paying off the nutrition corporations to include the need for large quantities of milk in their optimal nutrition requirements for healthy humans. The Earth being the center of the universe. It got people out in jail if they tried to prove otherwise, and went on for pretty long up until the time of Galileo. Going to college in America, while not entirely a lie, it's the biggest scam ever pulled. Made college AHS degree and put entire generations in perpetual debt. Marijuana is deadly and will destroy your life. You'll spend the rest of your life behind bars. Fuck Hearst and Anslinger and Reagan and all the rest. The lie that Bismarck told to start the French-Prussian War, leading to the creation of the German Empire, leading to World War I and World War II. The answer to this frequently asked question is religion. See the Pope on his golden throne if you wonder if it's been successful or not. Trickle-down economics. From feudal state to present late-stage capitalism. it somehow keeps getting believed under various guises. Anything religion, Jesus, I mean. The ignorance of man thinking the world when the world thought them and will be around long after. For me, if you tell the truth you won't be in trouble, yeah mom. I fell for that a few times and learned that lesson quickly. That Mary was a virgin and Jesus was the son of a deity. It's just as true for her as it is for every preceding mythology. If you tell the truth you won't be in trouble, yes mom. I fell for that a few times and learned that lesson really quick. For real. Why, religion got of course 5,000 years and chumps to eat their shit up like it was ambrosia. Just give those powerful people that one tiny concession, and everything will be so much better. Repeat as needed. Somebody made up some bullshit about Jewish people like 700 years ago, and people have been keeping it going since. Jews are an inferior race, but also run the world. If we ran the world, that would make us the superior race to. All your problems are caused by these people who don't look like you, or worship the same God. Now go kill them. No, Joseph. I would never cheat on you. I was ... yeah and ... God. God impregnated me, and our son shall be the Messiah. All of our problems are because of those people from that ethnic group, religion, geographical location. Deregulating the economy and gutting public institutions will lead to prosperity for the average person. Jews and Palestinians have been at each other for 3,000 years, when it's actually been since the 1940s. If you don't believe, what about religion? It's controlled society in some aspects for all time. The Wright brothers flew the first powered flight in 2003. The engine was on. Nothing more. Trump colluded with Russia. Sure prepped the left for sparking a new conflict with them. Such and such historical figure who lived with their best friend roommate for 25 years. Monotheistic Abrahamic religion as nothing else even marginally comes close. IMHO. Some dude got nailed up on a cross and brutally murdered, then woke up after a few days. I know what God intended and me tell you what to do. Think and feel. I acknowledge that I have read and agree to the above terms and conditions, that the atomic bombs were necessary to end the war with Japan. They weren't. Christianity, a religion based on Mary just really sticking with her story. That anybody on social media gives a fuck about you, any of your opinions. The female orgasm, finally confirmed as fact during Obama's second term. Religion, all of it. Just superstition, and what is superstition but a lie? It's all their fault while pointing out an already marginalized group. I swear, honey, I didn't cheat on you. Holy Spirit, God, or whatever variations, and all religions, to control the masses. Telling people this is not a Ponzi scheme when everything in fact is. It's a three-way tie: religion, racism, and nationalism patriotism. That's Marilyn Mason removed two of his ribs to suck his dick, lol. That Donald Trump represents the interests of poor rural whites. Marilyn Manson removed his ribs so that he can give himself a BJ. The existence of God, I think, has to be really high on that list. Your vote matters. Elect us, and we will solve your problems. Something trickle down economics something. We're the good guys, and everyone else are the bad guys. America being a free country. Even freedom has its chains. Mary Magdalene was a prostitute. She absolutely was not. If it was truly great, then we wouldn't know it is a lie. Checks in the mail. No, baby. I won't come in your mouth. I am 18, worked for generations now without detection. I got impregnated by God, I'm still a virgin. Joseph. Marilyn Manson removed ribs so he can self-pleasure. That the moral majority was either of those things. The devil telling Americans that his name is Jesus.